Alright, so the great Shakespeare once said, "It's foolish to presume our power of resolve is constant." And in my book, How to Conquer Yourself, I discuss willpower as an energy dynamic to be found in your body and in your mind, rather than a character trait to be found simply in your personality. Because if you study some of the latest scientific research, what you find is that your willpower operates a lot more like the vitality gauge in a game of Street Fighter that gradually depletes, rather than, an all-powerful transformer that you can switch into at whim. What I mean is that scientists like Dr. Roy Baumeister, health psychologists like Kelly McGonigal, and even top-level CEOs like Tony Schwartz of the Energy Project, they all discuss willpower as this limited, finite power of resolve. So every day you wake up, every day you face is like a face-off in which you have a very limited, again, finite power of resolve, a limited, finite amount of willpower, and a limited or finite storage of energy with which to do things like think clearly and make important decisions. Have a complete session of creative or artistic work. If you want to write something, you want to record something, etc. 3, learn new information or acquire new habits and skills. If you're a student in graduate school, or if you're trying to teach yourself how to cook or how to do yoga, create an exercise routine, etc. And lastly, effectively communicate or negotiate in personal relationships and in business situations. Each of these are attacks on that energy dynamic, on that energy source. And likewise, whatever the day brings against you, whatever tasks come up, whatever drama, whatever conflicts, whatever situations come up, whatever situations come up for you to take on, those can all be seen as a series of quote-unquote attacks that you need to defend your willpower by strategically thinking against. Specifically, in order to not get KO'd, in order to not get completely drained or prone to foolish mistakes, what Dr. Roy Baumeister calls ego depletion. Doing things like eating healthy, low glycemic foods, taking frequent breaks, accomplishing things early on in the day, having structured or routinized sessions of work rather than react to your goals haphazardly. And lastly, having specific blocks of time where you can't be distracted so that you can concentrate and go in depth. These are the key aspects to, again, sustaining that willpower-oriented defensive strategy. Because remember, your willpower is an energy source, meaning that it's both limited and it's also universal. You're always using the same basic energy. You're always using the same RAM, the same fundamental willpower for all forms of productivity, all forms of conscious action. So again, remember, your willpower is an energy source in your body and mind to be expended strategically, not necessarily a personality trait to be found in your character as a virtue that you just have or you judge yourself for not having enough of. So if you don't think about it in this way, you'll never set up the strategy, you'll never set up the dynamics in order to sustain your willpower throughout the day. And you'll end up making a lot of poor decisions, you'll sabotage your momentum, you'll be prone to procrastination, and you'll also undermine some of your most important relationships because you'll always be drained. So remember, as Shakespeare said in Troilus and Cressida, it's foolish to presume our power of resolve is simply constant. He actually went on to say, sometimes we're devils to ourselves when we tempt the frailty of our powers by presuming on their changeful potency. All right? We're devils to ourselves when we tempt the frailty of our powers by presuming on their changeful potency. So treat your willpower like it's the energy gauge in a round of Street Fighter, not a transformer that you can morph into at whim. All right? Hope this helps. Roy Baumeister wrote the book Willpower, Rediscovering the Greatest Human Strength. Kelly McGonigal wrote the book The Willpower Instinct. Tony Schwartz wrote the book with Jim Lair called The Power of Full Engagement, all which serve as, in-depth insights into this willpower as an energy source frame of mind. I wrote the book How to Conquer Yourself, Discipline and Willpower for the Conscious Creative Thinker, which covers not only how to cultivate willpower, but how to raise productivity, build motivation, develop systems, attain discipline, and lastly, overcome procrastination, amongst much, much more. All right? You can get all of these books on Amazon, and specifically, you can get an autographed copy of my book delivered faster with a lot of free bonuses, a lot of audio podcasts and such from my blog, DoTheKnowledge.com. Thanks a lot and have a great day.